Welcome to Kenpo University. My name's Alan Babinick, and I'm your instructor. Is the manual always right? The Kenpo Manual. Well, here's my Kenpo Manual. I've had this since I got mine in, I think it was 1987, something like that. I picked up mine. So, as we're going through it, I don't know if you can see everything here, but here is, those are my notes. Here is my yellow belt techniques, okay? And here is actually the manual. For delayed sword, it says it's a right hand lapel grab or right punch. I usually do it against the punch, but that's beside the point. It says 1, with your feet together, step back with your left foot into a right neutral bow stance while simultaneously executing a right inward block to the right inner wrist of your opponent. I like it so far. Immediately position your right hand at solar plexus level as a precautionary check against further action. Wait, what? Let's keep going. Without delay, deliver, from your right neutral bow stance, a right front snap ball kick to your opponent's groin. Okay? 3, as you plant your right foot forward towards 11 o'clock, deliver a right outward hand sword strike to the right side of your opponent's neck. Immediately slide your right hand, after the strike, to the right wrist of your opponent as a precautionary check. No cover out is required. Now, let's think about what we just did there. Because I know, I know a lot of people are not going to like me for this, by the way, okay? But that was wrong. And that was the first technique. Now, I just want you to understand that it was just a typo, okay? It was just a typo. Now, if I did exactly what the manual said, it said step back with your left foot, do a right inward block, position your right hand at solar plexus level as a precautionary check from the neutral bow, do your right kick, and then do a right outward hand sword to the neck. Does that look right to you? I followed the manual. I did exactly what it said. Now, maybe in some of the newer manuals, because I know they came out with newer ones after that, maybe they fixed the problems. Okay, but all I'm telling you is that if you have an older manual, maybe even the new ones, I don't know. I haven't really looked at the new ones. I've been doing this too long, okay? But they're not necessarily right. So for delayed sword, it should be left foot back, right inward block, and rechamber it. You don't want to do the separate motion. My left hand is the one at solar plexus level, not my right hand. That was the typo, or one of them. So my right hand doesn't come back down. My right hand stays up here, and my left hand is the one at the solar plexus level. I do my right snap ball kick. Now, if you think about it, if my hand's up here, if I kicked him hard enough and he bent over, it should be outward, downward, diagonal hand sword, not outward. He's not going to, if you kick somebody in the groin, they're not going to stand here like this. They're not doing the Superman pose. Ha! You didn't hurt me. And do a side and do that. He comes in with his punch. You block it. You kick him in the groin. Ooh! He's bending over this way. So look at all my angles here, okay? See how my shoulders are pointing towards the walls? When I throw a punch at you, my shoulders and my body's facing this direction. So if you kick me in the groin, I don't go, oh, that hurt. Towards you, I go, oh, this way. See how my head's going over here? So if you did an outward hand sword, you'd probably be gliding right over their head. It's got to be outward, downward, diagonal in order, and it's using marriage of gravity in order to actually hurt the guy, okay? So is the manual always right? No, not at all. And I'm not really saying that in a mean way, because I love the fact that we have a manual so that we're all doing it the same, okay? But just because the manual says this happens or that happens, if it doesn't make any sense to you, as far as the rules and the principles of motion, or if it just doesn't make any sense. Because I've seen some of the upper belt stuff up in the browns and the extensions where it tells you what to do with your feet and you're just like, that's impossible. I can't make the technique work if I do what it said. And sometimes it's just a typo, okay? So again, I love the fact that we have a manual because most systems don't, right? So I love the fact that we have a manual. It keeps us all on track. But if you think the manual is like this perfect thing, sorry, it's just not, okay? And I used the first technique in the manual just to show you. Again, the newer manuals, maybe they switched it and maybe they're better. So 99% of the time, because there's a lot of words in that manual, 99% of the time, it's right on the money. But that 1%, you just got to go, wait a second. Let me use my brain for a second. Think about this, okay? Or if your teacher tells you how to do it a little bit different than the manual, maybe that's why, all right? So sorry to disappoint, but there you have it. Thank you for watching this video production from Kenpo University.